Well, it's that time again.
What time is that?
It's time to get naked.
Like all the way naked?
Well, keep your clothes on, but it's time for the Naked Party Time podcast where we get real and raw about life, leadership, and love.
While having lots of fun along the way.
So what do you say? Are you ready to get naked?
Let's do it.
Well, welcome to the Naked Party Time podcast where I am thrilled that my twin brother Jeremy is fully clothed.
Yes.
And not naked.
I am not naked. This is not the real naked type.
No, it is not. My twin brother Jeremy is here for our part 2 of Twinning is Winning podcast. Jeremy is here. He's going to join us on our Israel trip that we're leaving on next week. So he came into town a little bit early. He's traveling with us to Israel. And I thought, while he's here, let's put the idiot on a podcast.
Let's get the better twin on the podcast to make it much, much better.
Okay, there we go. I think if you want to, you can go back. I think it was episode 17 was the first time you were on the podcast. This is episode, I think, 47.
I think 17 is when your podcast kind of exploded, wasn't it? When I was on there?
Or declined. One of the two.
Okay.
It was either, my one hit the rock bottom, actually. Nowhere to go but up once you were on the podcast, Jeremy.
Like, we ain't watching this no more.
And I thought, hell, this time we really don't have anything to talk about, so let's bring nothing on again.
Just do that. Just make fun of each other and laugh.
Yep, pretty much the last podcast was 30 minutes of making fun of one another
Yes.
and laughing.
Yeah, and annoying Sabrina.
Yes, definitely annoying Sabrina. In fact, when you flew in last night, the plan was for Michaela and Jada and myself and Sabrina
Yes.
to come pick you up. We were all going to come. And then, I don't know, 30 minutes before we landed, Sabrina said, I don't think we're going to go.
I'll tell you what, I was disappointed.
She was delaying the inevitable.
I know. I go to the car. It's Jada and Michaela and no Sabrina.
Yep.
I was a little offended.
Yep.
I
You should have been,
offended.
Jeremy. Yeah. And now you know how she feels about you.
She was just delaying the inevitable.
Jeremy and I do get a little wild and crazy
Yes, we do.
when we are together, probably more so than when we're apart, I would say.
I would say that, yes. The being together brings out the immaturity in us
And
more
it's
than
there.
what we already are.
Yes, more because it is there.
Yes.
And it rises to the surface.
That's right.
When we are together. So, no, we did want to, we had such a fun time last time on the podcast. I asked Jeremy to join me on this one as well, just for a little breather from what we normally do. Breather. Little break for Sabrina, since she's always asking me not to be on the podcast
I feel
every time.
I feel like if I'm taking the place of Sabrina, I need to at some point either break down and cry
Yep.
or make a mistake.
Make a mistake. Yeah.
So I'll do one of those two.
Do one of those. That'd be fantastic if you would do one of those.
No, Sabrina does a great job.
Which you might actually break down and cry today. We'll see.
I might. Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, hello to you guys there. We do look a lot alike. Obviously, I'm the better looking one.
It's already starting.
So this is Jeff waving here. If you're watching, Jeremy, if you would wave as well. Jeremy has the full-grown man beard, going to fit right in Israel.
Yes.
could-
I haven't trimmed my beard since September.
Yep. Your beard could fit in with either major people group
Right.
in the Middle East.
I'm planning on whatever group we need to assimilate with. I'm going to do it.
You can do it with that beard. You can do it. So here we go. We got some questions that people submitted.
You told me some of these, but some of these might be like I haven't heard yet. So
I made sure I didn't tell you the hard ones. Okay. No, I think you heard all of them.
I haven't prepped for these.
Yeah, neither of us really prepped for any of these. So this is going to be, we'll see what happens. One person did text in a question or gave us not a question, a comment. She just said,
I'm
no
much better
question.
than you are. That's what she said?
No.
Okay.
No question, just go Chiefs.
Yes. Go Chiefs.
That came from Kate Taylor, massive Chiefs fan.
Is Kate?
That's Chris Taylor's.
Yes. I talked to her
our
when I was here
worship
last
pastor.
time.
Yes, she is a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan.
That was, yeah.
And so she just said, go Chiefs,
Awesome.
which you are a true,
I am.
not like from birth, but you've been in Kansas City for
Since 1998.
1998. You've been in Kansas City, and so you've been through the lean years.
Yeah, we had some lean years. But yeah, it's been good. I am wearing a Chiefs shirt. It's not a Super Bowl shirt. I don't like buying.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of buying like a national championship shirt or Super Bowl winning
Yep.
shirt. It's just not my cup of tea. But I do wear Chiefs stuff all the time. Either Chiefs or OU is usually what I'm wearing.
Yep. And you even have don't you have a Chiefs and an OU bucket hat for Israel?
I do. I should have brought it down with me.
You should have wore it.
Yeah.
We could have both wore a bucket
could
hat.
have.
think Jada wants to borrow one of those, by the way.
It
So,
might be way too big for her. But
yeah,
okay.
Jeremy is a diehard Chiefs fan, not really a Royals fan.
No.
You'll cheer for them if they're good,
Yeah, it was fun when they went to the World
Yeah.
Series.
but you're a Cardinals fan.
I'm a Cardinals fan. And yeah, I think we
St.
explained
Louis,
last
yeah.
time why I'm a
Yeah.
Chiefs fan. But
Yeah.
living there, and then also whenever the Cardinals left St. Louis to go to Arizona,
Yep.
the next closest team was Kansas City.
Yep. All right. So Shirley, somebody asked, you have fought about some things. What are some things you used to fight about? We didn't really, I don't
Yeah.
remember. Maybe mom could correct this. Other than just simple, when we were little, you took my toy type stuff probably, but I don't remember fighting a whole lot.
No, I don't remember either. When that question was asked, I don't remember a lot of fights.
Yeah.
We argued about who was like better looking,
Yeah.
and usually I would win that fight.
No, well,
Right?
in your own mind, but if we were public opinion, it'd be me.
Okay. No, I don't remember fighting much. I don't even remember fighting with Jenny that often when we were.
Yeah, we were annoyed by her.
Yes,
We do have a
were
younger
annoyed.
sister.
I'm
named
sure we
Jenny.
annoyed her.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm quite certain we did.
But I don't remember very many fights.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I think one of the reasons why, maybe, and I don't know if all twins are like this or not, but we move so much, we had to be each other's best friend.
Correct. I
And
think
so-
that probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. We were constantly moving every 3 to 4 years. And so we didn't really have other best friends
Yeah.
that were around long enough to be friends with and then maybe team up against each other.
Yeah.
So it was always we were the team.
Yeah. I do remember mom saying that there were times when if you and I were hanging out with one other person that we would tend to, two of us would team up with the other friend and gang up on the other one. I'm sure it was more often you ganging up on me, but
Right. Well, because you were so weak, too. It was so easy. It was easy pickings. We could just pick on you.
so I don't remember fighting very much
Yep,
when
I
we
don't
were
either.
growing up, or as adults, I don't remember fighting very much. However, this did bring up a question that you don't remember this.
I don't.
But our sister Jenny and my wife Sabrina remembers clearly that we were on a ski trip, a youth ski trip together. You were joining Jenny, and you were on the youth group ski trip with us. That I was
You were leading it, right?
I was leading it. Yep, I was youth pastor of this group, and we were driving. It was for some reason we were going up early or something. It was you and Jenny and me and Sabrina, and we were all in a vehicle, like the church van or something, but no kids were in it. Oh, because they were on the bus. That's why we took the church
Oh.
van. They were on the bus. We were driving up the mountain, Colorado, and driving up the mountain, there is a river that kind of follows all the way up the highway, and we had a very long, very intense argument over something we saw by the river. It looked like it was a rest area for highway travelers, or a stopping point for those on the river, like taking the river
Rafting or
rafting
something. Yeah.
trips or whatever. And for some reason, this became the mountain we were going to die on, and we argued intensely.
I don't remember this at all.
Like, we were mean arguing. Jenny, you, and me. I think Sabrina was just sitting there like, what is happening
Were
right
we on
now?
the same side?
I don't
You
remember what sides were. All I remember is it was an all-out
I don't remember that at all.
argument on whether it was a rest area for highway travelers or a rest stop for river travelers.
Maybe somebody listening knows the answer to that question. Like, oh yeah, those are normal. They're used for whatever.
And it very well could have been used for both.
Yeah.
Because it was right by the highway
Was there
and right on the river.
But was there people at this rest area in boats? Like, was
I
there
don't-
rafts pulled over? You remember if there's rafts pulled
I
over?
don't.
Like, would have made sense that there would have been.
I don't. That's what I remember. I wish I could remember all the
Yeah,
details.
I don't remember it at all.
That honestly is one of the bigger arguments that I can remember being in.
And I don't remember.
Jenny and
That's why I
Sabrina.
told you guys on text today. I was like, it must have been I was right because I don't remember it. It just went in and out.
That's
Because
probably what it was. I don't remember whose side was on what, but that's all I can remember. We just haven't fought about
yeah.
very much in
Right.
life, and maybe I hadn't thought about the moving thing. That could be it as well. We did have somebody asked who wins in a bare knuckle brawl.
Yep.
We've never physically fought.
We have
that I
not.
know of.
No. Probably me. I would say more like me.
I think both of us probably be too afraid to throw a punch.
Well, so I have a 17-year-old son at home, Sailor, and he's big into UFC right now, so he's always wanting to wrestle me. And once I start laughing so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
I think if we started actually,
we couldn't take it too seriously.
no. But I do have to say, I'm a personality where I let things build up in me,
And then explode.
and then I explode.
Explode.
And so, like my temper, if I let it go, if I don't control it, I used to be really bad. I'm much better now. But I was thinking, like, if you hit me the wrong way and like really made me mad, I could see myself just exploding and
Pummeling me.
Yeah,
I do agree. If we probably start laughing.
yeah.
Most of the time together, we end up laughing about something anyway. But
I don't even know if I could hit somebody in the face. Anybody.
I only
And
have
especially
one
you.
time.
Yeah, that's right. That was there.
Broke his jaw.
Yeah.
My dad calls me Jack Jaw Jeff. That was in junior high. And he threw a basketball at my face, and it was just one of those. It's just like
You exploded.
I exploded. Yep. But yeah, I can't imagine what would have to happen
yeah.
for me to have the desire, first of all, but
Right.
then the follow through to actually physically fight
Yeah,
you.
bare knuckle. Now, if we got in the ring with boxing gloves,
Yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
that might be kind of fun
to do
with,
that.
with
I
the
could do
headgear
that.
on.
Yeah, get headgear and some boxing gloves. I might be able to do that. But still, I
Somebody set
think
that up.
I would, somebody get that going. I think I would still be laughing and giggling
Yeah,
when we're trying to fight each other.
yeah. Again, mom and dad would have to clarify. I don't remember having physical
I
fights.
don't either. Not at all.
And maybe because we just knew we'd get in too much trouble.
Yeah. We were scared of dad.
But I've heard of brothers, especially, who grew up just all out brawls.
Yeah.
But we never did.
We were too loving.
Yeah. Joe Sango asked, who would win feats of strength?
Feats of strength. That's a great question.
We should have like a Jeff and Jerry
We should.
Olympics.
We should do that. That'd be a good podcast. A Jeff and Jerry Olympics.
Recorded. Yeah, because he also asked who can run the
Do
fastest,
like a 100-yard dash.
who can jump the highest. I know you used to be faster. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure I could jump higher.
Maybe.
If I concede on the fast,
Yeah.
could you concede on the jumping?
I could see on jumping.
Okay.
Now, if we tried to do a 100-yard dash now, I would probably pull every ligament
Yeah.
in my legs.
We'd be in the hospital doing the podcast.
We need to do like a slower race to see who's faster.
I am curious what my 40 time is after watching like
would
the NFL Combine
be
was on
interesting.
recently. That's probably really slow.
Probably maybe over 5.
I know. I'm sure it's over 5.
And those big 350-pounders are
I know.
running 4 9s.
Yeah. Under 5, I'd be thrilled with. That's
That'd be
moving
interesting.
pretty good.
We should do that. We should go to a high school football field and just do it.
But I think I would probably tear something.
I would too.
pull
If you went full out, you would pull something.
Yeah. Joe Sengel also asked, who's better at science?
Well, clearly the last time we did that, I think it was you.
Math, writing.
I would say math, maybe me.
Yeah, because
I'm in accounting.
Because who's better at public speaking? I would hope that would be me. Since
Purely, it's me.
I do that for a job.
Have you ever heard this guy speak? It is rough.
So thanks, Joe. Joe is a twin as well, so he gets these questions all the time. So those are some questions that were asked. Somebody did ask, who is the cooler twin? Defend your answer.
I am honestly going to say it's you.
Woohoo! Yes.
Because I'm going to the clothing attire.
That's what actually was going to be my defense of
Yes.
saying I was also
Yeah.
the cooler twin.
I am much more give me comfort over anything else.
Yeah.
So I am always wearing athletic shorts, sweats, like sweatshirts, long
Yep.
sleeve shirts, hat on backwards.
Yep.
And right now I'm wearing Crocs. I wear
Yeah.
Crocs. I wore Crocs all
time.
winter outside.
Yeah, athletic shorts and Crocs is
Yeah.
like your go-to. And a
Now
long
there
sleeve
are-
shirt.
Right. And so I could care less about my being hip with
Yeah.
my clothing. And you're much more
Yep.
metrosexual. Is that what they call it?
Yep. Yep. I'm willing to try the more slimmer jeans.
Yes. I don't do joggers.
Yep.
I hate joggers.
I wear, that's all I wear is joggers.
Yeah.
In fact, I got some new ones for the trip.
No,
Got some camo
I
joggers.
can't do it. I just can't.
I started trying to kind of rocking the flat bill. You won't do a flat bill hat.
Flat bill, no. It's got to be curved.
I just got a new hat for the trip. It's a flat bill.
Ugh.
It's maybe very, very slightly, but it's a flat one.
Now I do have a Chiefs hat that I wear backwards, and it's kind of like it's bent just slightly.
Yeah.
It's not the ranch hand curve. You know,
Okay.
which
Yep.
I used to wear it.
Yep.
So I do, but I can't go straight bill.
Yep. So I was going to say the same thing, that if it just went by like look,
Yeah.
I'd
would-
probably win the cool.
I would definitely concede that.
However, here's what I would concede.
Okay.
If you're going for the cooler hang, it's going to be Jeremy.
Okay. Interesting.
Because I think you're much more of a crowd pleaser.
Yes, you're more laid back.
Yeah. When you're around, it escalates. In fact, as one of our cousins who's also going on the Israel trip said to his mom recently, "I'm glad Jeremy's going on the trip. It'll loosen Jeff up." So I'm much more.
Okay. So we compliment each other.
Yeah, we're both, I think, introverted.
Yes.
We
very.
recharge through,
Yes.
being in not seclusion is not the right word, but what's it called? Just being
By
alone.
ourselves?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how we recharge. But like if I was going to a party without you, and you were going to a party without me, you're the better hang.
I would say that. I would be more. You're right. I'm very introverted, but I think I do an easier job of being outgoing
Yes.
in a group than you
Yes,
would.
I agree.
And I tend to switch to stupid humor
Yep.
and stupid what can I do with my body to make people
Yep.
laugh.
That's got to be a defense mechanism that comes from somewhere.
probably is.
It's rooted in something in your past, some trauma.
Like they gotta like me. I gotta do something.
And it actually might stem from, again, going back to moving so much.
Could be.
Like we had to meet people often
Yeah.
growing up. Because, as mom and dad would be called to a
Right.
new place and we would switch schools, and like we had to get to know people quickly.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
I'm glad you were there to make it funny. So I think
That's a good question.
I think we both can say in different ways the others
Yeah.
could win the cool factor, but that was the two things I went to as well. Yeah, fist bump. Did you try to pretend to be the other to trick someone? And then a similar question: have you ever swapped with Jer without telling someone? We did talk about this on the last time
Yep.
you're on the episode. However, there's something I don't think we talked about on the last one.
We did not.
That so you've already been to the harbor twice. You came for my first Sunday preaching, and then you were here over Christmas.
No, I didn't come for Christmas.
Nope.
Just
You were here
once.
another time.
No, I think it was just once, wasn't it?
I thought you were here twice. Sure, you were here twice. I don't remember. Was it
Yeah.
only once?
I think it was just once. It was when
Why am I thinking you were here
it was
another
your first
time?
Sunday that you preached.
Okay.
We were going to come for Christmas, and then we ended up having to cancel. Me and the kids were coming
Crazy. I thought you were here for something else. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
You've already been here to the harbor.
down. Yes.
People have seen you. Some people have seen you. I've talked about being a twin.
Yeah.
At Element, you had never been to Element prior to this first time you came. You came like we were 3 years into the church plant. You came out to surprise me for our birthday.
Yep.
And I had the idea of having you go out on the platform as me. So I didn't come out into the worship center before my sermon.
Yep.
And you came out to start the sermon as me. We had closer beards at
Right.
that time. And you started the sermon.
I think I was actually even wearing a pair of your jeans.
Yes, I gave you
and
some
your
of my
shoes.
clothes. Yep. And you came out and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
welcome to Element Church. My name is Jeff Manis." And I walked out then from behind the curtain that we had, and I said, "No, you're not." And people were shocked.
Yeah, the crowd reaction was great.
It was great. It was
great.
everything that we had hoped.
They were like, "What?"
Yeah.
They were doing the double take.
Yeah. I think there's probably some people that didn't connect that I was a twin
Yeah.
at that point because you'd never been there.
And even your staff, I remember the staff, whenever we did run through,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh my word, it's
Yep.
just like Jeff up there."
Yep. So we did do it that time.
That was fun.
And there was one other time I had remembered and I shared last time that I had pretended to be you in school when you were out sick,
Oh,
which
yeah.
didn't gain anything. I don't know why I would do that because then I was being marked tardy when mom called you out sick.
It was your brilliance on
Yeah,
display.
So going back to the question, who's better at science, math, and writing, anything with brain skills, that would be you. Clearly not
That's
me.
funny.
But we never did really try to that I know of try to trick
No.
anybody.
We did talk about the basketball switching the jerseys. We talked about
Yes. Yeah.
that in the middle of the game because one of us got in foul trouble.
Yeah. So we cheated basically.
Well, but the reason we did it was because we were actually started the game in the wrong jerseys.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Okay.
And then one of us got in foul trouble. The other one was playing better. I think
Yeah.
at the time you said it was probably you playing better. So in the huddle during timeout, the coach had us get down and we swapped jerseys.
Yep.
So that was something we did as well.
With as ornery as we are,
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm really surprised we didn't do it more.
I am too.
Again, maybe it was just because we were afraid of getting in trouble. I don't know.
And maybe it's also could go back to the moving thing. We never got comfortable maybe we never got comfortable in a place to do it. I don't
Yeah, I don't know.
know.
Because we got in trouble over other things. I mean, we were
Yeah. We were not angels,
no.
to say the least.
And it's like in high school, I'm really surprised we didn't try, or even in college.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's
So
weird.
we were, was it 1 or 2 years before you got married
2.
at college?
Yeah.
Obviously in
We
high
never-
school,
Yeah, we never
and we
tried to
never
switch.
tried, and we did. We're in our high school yearbook in a class doing crutch Olympics, which we made up an Olympic game in a class that was. It was actually awful for us to do because it was so disrespectful to the teacher.
It was in the middle of the class.
Yeah.
We were on crutches trying to do
And-
Olympics.
Yeah, doing gymnastics on crutches.
But we did make the yearbook.
We did. It was actually, I think it was in journalism class that we
Yeah.
did it in. I'm just surprised we never, because we tried to get
Yeah.
away with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
I remember sneaking out of, in that same class, sneaking out the
window.
window.
Yeah.
I'm shocked we
We
didn't.
did get in trouble that class though when we were doing the symbol monkey.
Yes. Yeah.
Somebody was
And
doing
and
the leaping frog
and the crying doll.
the crying doll, and I was doing the symbol monkey
Yeah.
into the wall.
Yes.
Well, the wall was the headmaster's office wall.
Yeah.
So he comes storming into the office, and needless to say, we got in trouble that time.
Yeah. So why we never tried to swap?
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know why.
Probably because I didn't want to be used.
I was gonna say something, but I was gonna save it. Oh man.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. What makes you the most different from each other? I think some of the clothing
Yeah.
choices would be a big one over the years.
What would make us most different?
I don't know if we have.
We have a lot of the same likes.
Yep.
Olives. We don't
I
like.
do not like olives.
Maybe that's the biggest difference.
Yeah. I hate
Green
olives.
Green olives. That could be something else.
You're actually very excited for
Oh.
like fresh green
I cannot
olives
wait.
in Israel.
to try olives in Israel.
Oh my! And we just discovered that difference recently,
Yeah.
like over Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's right.
That's what that's what I'm thinking. We were together at Thanksgiving. I was thinking,
Oh,
you were
yeah,
here.
yeah. We were in St. Louis.
We were in St. Louis. I cannot stand.
you know, a big
olives, but any
difference-
olives.
A big difference, I think, is in our personality types. Where, and it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you're not afraid to ruffle feathers.
Yeah.
You're okay saying it
Yeah.
how it is, and I'm more of a people pleaser.
Yeah. Keep
And
the peace.
Keep the peace.
Yep.
Which has got me into trouble at
Yeah.
times, and I'm sure yours has
Yeah.
got
Oh
you
yeah.
in trouble.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Never intentionally, but that's a big difference I
Yeah.
see in you and I is personality and how we handle people and maybe their feelings.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. And we probably have some. There's probably some differences that we won't share publicly on the podcast.
Right. You're much more organized than I am. You're more of a list follower.
Yes, absolutely.
I do have lists, but I'm not as strict on it
Yeah,
or anything. But you're much more
Oh, yeah.
organized and list follower, and you need to
yeah.
follow
Routine.
routine.
Yep.
I'm a little bit like that. I tend to do a little bit, but not near as much
Yep.
as you are.
Yep. I think that any of our differences are probably slight,
Yeah.
but I would say there's probably some theological differences we have, but I would call them slight.
Right.
There's some, even I would say probably some political differences, but they're slight. They're nothing like, you're a far right wing conservative and I'm on the far left progressive. I mean, but there's probably some slight
Oh, yeah.
differences in there, but nothing that's, I can't think of anything that's major that's different.
I can't either.
I mean, some of the ways we even like you'll choose to stay up way late, go into a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not going to do that.
Right.
So some of those things too, of the way that you choose to, whatever,
Yeah.
live, or I'm just
That's your routine. You have your routine.
yes, that's very much like if I want to be in bed by 9 and up by 5,
Right.
I just can't go to a movie that late.
No,
And you'll go to movies late.
I
with
do,
your
but,
kids
but
and-
so I normally try to get up by 5. My alarm goes off at 5. Usually it's 5:15 to 5:30. But if I go out late like that, I just don't even try to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I just know I'm not going to be able to do that part of my routine
Yeah.
in the morning, and I just live with it.
and that's where I can't do it. Because the world will spin off its
that's right.
axis.
It'll come apart.
Yep. So I mean, it's a good question. What makes
It was good.
you the most different from each other? Again, other than the glaring difference of our looks. But not a whole lot different. We're pretty boring and pretty much the same.
Yes. Pretty stupid all around.
Pretty stupid all around. As we have proven in the 30 minutes
Yes,
we've been
that's
talking
right.
on the podcast. Your daughter, Kate,
Yes.
she
Kate.
is your middle child. You have 3 kids,
3 kids. Yep.
Addison, Kate, and Sailor. And Kate asked, which one of your kids, and then she put in parentheses, the cousins, do you talk about the most?
So she's talking about your
Yeah,
kids and
so,
my kids
yeah,
combined.
Our
right?
kids combined. So we have 4 kids: Jonah, Mariah, Michaela, and Jada.
I guess we could throw in Budensteaks in there too, right? No, I
Which-
think she was talking about the older, her age kids.
I think she was talking about between
Yes.
us two.
Yeah.
Are the kids that we parent? Which ones do we talk about the most? And I think the honest answer is whichever one's having the most trouble.
Exactly right.
And whatever
exactly
trouble that is.
Yep.
Uh,
We're not going to say. Yeah, it
it
runs
is.
the gamut.
Yeah.
It's everybody.
it is. And throughout the years, it's been one of them.
Yeah. If one of your kids was sitting in here right now, I would have said it was them.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
try to be funny, but
Yep.
no,
I thought maybe Jada would come down here for the podcast.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm just anxious for Jeremy to be gone.
one day she better buckle up. I
Yeah,
told
we're
her
together for what? Like 17 days or something like that?
Yeah,
I mean, it's more than 2 weeks
right.
that we're gonna be together.
Because I'm going to be. Yeah,
Or
I'm
15
here, I'm here
days.
through Sunday, and then I'm here through all the way through that 2 more Saturdays. I'm with you guys
Holy
through
cow,
2 more
it must be
Saturdays.
17 days.
Yeah,
That might be the longest. It's going to be the longest we've been together
ever
Since college.
Yeah, since college. Yeah,
since we've been married. That's crazy.
I think the longest before that would have been when we went on vacation to Branson with Mom and Dad and
Oh, sure.
Jenny and her
Yeah.
family.
And that would have been like 5 days.
5 or 6 days. Yeah,
Which was enough.
it was brutal.
Uh,
No, I told Jada I was going to sit next to her on the airplane.
well,
She said no.
You're sitting next to me.
I know.
Which I already
Maybe
feel
a-
sorry.
Maybe a problem.
we might have the flight attendants called to our row a few times. Sirs,
Be like a movie.
you've been asked to calm down.
Have you been drinking too much? Sir? I've had nothing.
Zero help with this, lady. Oh, this is au natural.
Oh, natural.
So yeah, that could get interesting on the plane.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Jada and Sabrina are sitting in the row across from us.
Yeah.
So that's them two on the window.
side, yeah.
Then there's an aisle, and then I have an aisle, and then you next to me, and it's could get crazy.
At least there's like not somebody sitting in between us. We have to try.
Oh my goodness, that'd be awful for that person.
Yeah. But
I'm
there is
sure.
somebody,
I'm actually sure we'd be fine at that point. But
yeah. There is somebody sitting next to me. They're in our row. I've
Yeah.
already checked. So.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be our goal at the start of the flight to make Sabrina and Jada laugh. So
That's always the goal. Actually, I think there's some other people on
there's
that flight.
multiple people from
We
the
might have a
harbor.
goal to make everybody laugh.
Yeah.
Whoever we know on that flight.
In fact, there's other people from the harbor, I think, in that same section
Oh, that's hilarious.
of seats.
That's gonna be fun.
So it could get crazy.
Yeah.
Could get crazy. But we going back to Kate's question, we talk about our kids a lot,
We do.
but usually it's focused on whatever one is drawing the most attention from our life.
Yeah, and good
At
or
that
bad.
time. Good. Yeah, absolutely good or bad.
Yeah, you've texted. We've both texted
Oh, yeah.
several times with good news.
Yeah.
that we
Oh,
talked
100%.
about.
Like just recently with Jonah getting his
Yeah.
promotion to store manager and moving to Lake Charles, like that was awesome for
Yeah.
him. Huge thing. And similar with your kids when they're getting jobs and moving up. And I
Right.
mean, so yeah, both good and difficult.
Yeah.
Off the air, we would talk about who our favorites are.
Yes. Not on the
On
air.
the air, we're not
No.
gonna do that.
We don't have favorites on the air.
So what? This is a question I'm asking you.
Okay.
What are you most looking forward to on the Israel trip?
Okay. So I've already said olives. That's not really what I'm most looking forward to, but I do love olives.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to fresh olives. There's so many things I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. So I just got through most of the Old Testament and in Psalms. I'm doing the reading plan from Bible Project called I think it's the Tanakh reading order, but it's a traditional Jewish reading order.
So it's not
So it's not like
we have in our
order,
canon,
right? Like I haven't read Ruth yet, or
Okay, wow.
some of those. There's some other ones I haven't read yet, but I just got through the prophets. I'm in Psalms, so I'm just cannot wait
Yeah,
to be there and see the places that I've just read about.
yeah. It's gonna be
And then it's going to be awesome having worship at
Oh,
those
yeah.
places, having you do some devotionals at
Yeah.
those places. I think it's just going to open up the scriptures
Yeah.
to a whole new level.
Yep.
So I cannot wait for that. And
That's
I think it's
awesome.
also going to be awesome to just experience it with people we know.
Yeah. There's several people going that we know,
Yeah.
family and friends, and it's gonna be. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
If you just got done with the Psalms,
I'm in the middle of them right now. Yeah.
so we're going to En-Gedi.
I know. I've already read about it. It's crazy.
Which is where, like,
I
we're
know.
going to stand at the place, like, literally, there's a waterfall in En-Gedi that very well could have been the place where David wrote, "As the deer pant for streams of water,
It's
so my
crazy.
soul pants for you." It's an oasis in the middle of a desert,
Yeah, it's so crazy.
and it is where En-Gedi is where we know David went when he ran from Saul and when he ran from Absalom. There's caves up in the
Yeah.
rocks. I mean, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't
I've
wait.
I've been twice, and I can't wait for
Yeah.
that again. En-Gedi's one of my favorite places.
I've texted you multiple times thinking about it. I've already broken down in,
I know.
in tears and cried.
Yeah,
And I'm super excited. I've already been baptized, but I'm just super excited to experience that.
Yep.
To do baptisms there.
Yep. In the
To
Jordan.
have you baptize me, maybe dad or
Yeah.
whoever who's
Where-
doing that.
Yep, in the Jordan, where
Yeah.
it's believed Christ was baptized.
I think that experience is going to be
Oh, man.
really moving and
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
cool. Last question.
Yep.
Another one that I added.
Yep.
If you could do anything else besides what you are currently doing for a living, what would you do?
So I'm an accountant or in finance. I guess I'm not a CPA.
Yeah.
I don't do taxes and stuff like that. but
you're
I
like
do
a controller type.
controller. Yeah, I'm a controller of a company.
And you're very controlling. So it
I-
works.
sometimes I say I'm the uncontroller controller because I have no control.
Yeah.
No. So this is I really enjoy what I do. So that's a hard question.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it comes super easy to me.
Hmm.
So I think if I was going to choose something, I would probably say either doing finance for a church,
Cool.
or doing finance for like a sports team.
Yeah. that'd
Being
be
involved
That'd
with
be
that.
Sweet.
I would still like to be just I do like, I'm a little bit like you. I'm not probably as far, but I like to be in control.
Yeah.
I like to do things the way I want to do them.
Yeah.
And I like to lead and be in charge
Yeah.
of people and numbers come easy to me.
Yeah.
So doing something like that, maybe not in the field I'm in. Right now I'm in aviation. But I think maybe still doing the same kind of work, but in a different field
Yeah, that's cool.
would probably be what I would do.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
what about you?
I don't know. I mean, similar to you, like I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm called by God to do it. You know, it's I have thought about like doing something similar to you, like being a chaplain of a sports team. I have no
yeah.
idea how you become a chaplain of a sports
Right.
team, but something like that.
Yeah.
I would probably go into. I love just entrepreneurial things, starting things, marketing type stuff, trying to think of clever ways to market things. I love so like even in the church, people don't like using the word marketing,
Right.
but whether it's coming up with a sermon series title or the branding that you use for a sermon series to invites and stuff like that, I love that kind of stuff.
You're creative.
Yeah. So I'd probably do something with the same skill set I have,
Yeah.
but in a different field.
Yeah.
But the sports marketing would be super fun.
That would be cool.
Doing something like that.
Yeah.
and or even something just in related to sports in general, even if it was in anything sports related, owning a sports restaurant, or we had talked back in college about using our business degrees to go to do something sports related. At the time, I think we had talked about doing like a sports kind of complex for communities, for students, after school type stuff. I could see myself doing something like that.
That'd be cool.
But it was similar to you. Here's what I joke about this, but it's not a joke. Like, my skill set's very limited. I only know how to do a few things.
Yeah.
So, like, if I, God forbid, lost my job tomorrow and had to go find a job immediately, I think I'd go do landscaping.
That's what I was gonna say. I remember you saying
I
that.
enjoy being outside.
I do too.
I hate doing my own landscaping.
Right, exactly.
But if it was what I'm paid to do, because it is very routine. You're doing the same thing over and over again. I actually really love making sure the lines look really good in yards. So, I mean, if I had to get a job that just paid some money immediately, I'd go get a landscaping job, just to make ends meet.
And you can be by yourself too, right? You
Yes,
don't talk to people.
Yeah, you can put earbuds in if you want to and listen to stuff. But that for my personality and my wiring, that wouldn't last for very long. That itch to do something creatively would. It's why we started this podcast, because even with all the ways I can use my creativity in ministry, I have like that entrepreneurial itch. Just for something new.
You need an outlet.
And if I don't put it into something else, I'll end up putting it. I did this early on in ministry. I would constantly try to start new things in the church. And I was wearing the staff in the church out by always having new ideas for the church. And our executive pastor, so like in a role that you would fit in church, our executive pastor came to me at one point and said, if you start one more thing, you're going to lose this team.
Wow. What year was this? You remember what year it was?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
And he said, the team loves you. They'll follow you. They want to follow you, but you need an outlet.
Wow.
And I'm very thankful that I had the relationship with him, that he had
awesome.
the freedom to speak that. And he was a great voice for me of keeping me in check. We're kind of off track here, but it's good. And so I've been mindful of that ever since, which is so that that's when I started writing books.
Oh, wow.
And like kind of even getting more involved on social media. And then we ended up starting the podcast. I made t-shirts that we sold none.
But it gave you an outlet.
It gave me an outlet.
Yeah.
So doing things creatively and even starting my own little side things, scratched that itch enough that I didn't end up starting fires just to put them out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. I didn't know that.
So, yeah.
Cool. If I was going to same to you, I was a trash man for a while.
Yeah, you were. I forgot about that.
When in the summers of high school and
you
college.
did the back of the truck thing.
That was one of the, obviously it was awful.
Oh man,
it stunk so bad.
Horrible.
But I was outside. I only had me and the driver. So I was by myself. Was in shape because I would get out. You're running from house to house. So you're staying in shape.
Yep.
You get tan in the summer.
Yep.
But it was just mindless. It was kind of like landscaping. You don't really think much.
Yep.
So I would do something outside if I had to, like you.
Yeah.
If I got fired and had to go, I'd probably find some kind of
get something outside
job.
just to make ends meet for a while till you find your next career or whatever. And you can make it. You can definitely have a career in sanitation and a career in landscaping. I'm not saying you can't.
Absolutely.
But it wouldn't. For us, it wouldn't be fulfilling long enough if we're going to try to be doing something that's in our wiring and our skill set. So there you go.
Where are we at on time?
We're at like 38 minutes. Well, once we cut out some stuff from the front end, we'll like 35
So let me
minutes.
ask you a question. You've been to Israel twice.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most this time?
So I've never been with worship.
Oh, okay.
I've been there and seen other groups that were there that had worship going.
And you're
somebody
like,
playing
man,
guitar.
I wish we
I'm
were
like,
doing that.
oh my goodness. So I'm definitely looking forward to having not just like have a Bluetooth speaker and you throw on Spotify. Like we have a legit worship leader coming with a guitar, and we're going to be doing real worship at and we're doing it at specific sites I've chosen for specific reasons.
With songs you've chosen, right?
With songs that we've chosen, paired with the talks that I'm doing.
That's awesome.
That I am so looking forward to. And, I mean, our family that is going is made up of we have some great vocalists on this trip.
Yes, we do.
We are going to be a choir.
Yeah.
It's going to sound with mom and dad, Jane and Jean.
Yep.
I mean, not you, but and obviously Devin, who's leading worship. Like, we're going to have some
it's gonna be awesome.
strong vocalists. It's going to sound really, really good.
I think doing worship at places is going to be so moving.
Yep. Yes. Like we're going to do worship at the Garden Tomb.
Yeah. Crazy.
And that's on the last day of the trip. We're at the Garden Tomb. They say that for the last. So the last day we're going to be at the empty tomb, and we're singing the song "Resurrecting."
Oh my goodness.
We're having communion there.
Oh my word.
So that having worship, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And so this is my third time going. I didn't lead the first one I went on. I was just a participant. I led the second one. So now I kind of have one under my belt. So this one, I've really been able to think through, where do I want to make sure that we have time to pause and reflect?
It's awesome.
To just sit in the Word for a bit, to do worship and stuff like that. So this one's been very, very strategic in how it's laid out. We added 2 days.
Yeah.
So we've spread it out a little bit. So we're going to go slower. And then, so every trip, obviously, there's new people on it. But this trip, there's people on the trip who I'm obviously very close to.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to get to see you and mom and dad and Jada and Sabrina, get to see you guys experience it. Yeah. That's going to be awesome. Because I remember what it was like the first time for me.
Well, it's kind of like watching a movie with somebody.
Yes, and you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Like,
when
watch
you,
this.
like when you go to a movie and you love it, and you're going to watch it, or you're watching it at home with somebody who's never seen it, it's like you're watching it again.
Yeah. That's true. That's a great analogy.
It's so much fun to watch a movie that you know is awesome.
Yep.
And you can't wait for somebody to experience it with you.
Yep.
That's what that's gonna be like for you.
Yeah. And I'm doing baptism, so I don't know who's going to choose to get baptized. Not everybody chooses to get baptized, because it's, it's not for. I don't think for anybody would be their initial baptism. So it's not like a baptism like it is the one that you're baptized into the faith. It's more of just a symbolic thing. Yeah. Which I even know for you, you're shaving your beard off after baptism. Yeah. So you've kind of almost like a pilgrimage thing.
It is, yeah.
Which is very scriptural. They would shave their heads at the end of a pilgrimage, or which our heads already shaved, or you could shave your beard. So getting baptized in Israel for believers today is much more of just a symbolic thing of it's a recommitment or a solidarity thing, where you're getting baptized where Christ was, which is just,
I can't wait.
It's super cool.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. All right.
Cool.
That's all the questions. We were able to fill up 42 minutes of nonsense.
I love how we did that.
Thanks for those who submitted the questions and got us going on talking. I feel like we got some good stuff covered there. So I won't do our marriage mission because we're not married. So I am going to try to record one of the talks in Israel and use that for the next podcast. So I need to decide which one I want to record, and we'll see if that works out. But we will have another podcast drop in April. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for joining me, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
Glad you were doing it. Next time you're here again, maybe we'll do it again.
Let's do it.
Yep. All right.
We'll do the Olympics.
We'll do that. We need to have somebody plan the Olympics,
Yes.
the boxing match.
We'll do a contest.
We need the headset and the gloves. We need a race.
Yes.
A sprint, not a distance.
Like
You'd actually win, I think, distance. You've always been a better distance runner than me.
Yeah, maybe.
But neither of us are.
You've been running, but we're getting off.
Yeah. But we need to have the Olympics planned.
Yes.
That'd be great. Somebody out there needs to plan the Olympics, and we'll do it. So, and I don't even know how to end when we're not doing my normal rhythm. I'm so used to saying certain things. So, that's it. We'll see you on the other side.
You're stupid.
You've been listening to the Naked Party Time podcast. Join us next time as we get real and raw about life, leadership, and love.